How's it going, you guys? And as promised, today I was going to make a very controversial topic, and it's heavily debated. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people want to give their thoughts on it, and I want to give my thoughts on it too. Tommy Sotomayor made a video about this, but he really didn't even get to the point. It was kind of a live stream thing, and he was just going all around, ducking and dodging the questions, and he was just speaking on a whole bunch of irrelevant things. I'm here to just talk about straight facts and really just give my overall opinion on it. Straight facts, opinions, how does that go together? But somehow I'm going to try to formulate it and put it together in a video that's getting ready to air right now to you guys, the viewers. So, is it time to stop blaming whites for the problems in the black community? That is the question today, and that is what we are focusing on. And here's the thing. I think there are some issues in the black community that are so uncontrollable, that we have we want to look for a scapegoat. We want to look for a scapegoat. So the only person that we blame, or we choose to blame, are the people who have ridiculed us, who have made fun of us, and who have enslaved us. Now I know that I know that there are some racist white people, and I know there are some white people who try to put us down as African Americans. But to say that it's all white people and everything within the black community is centered around whites is irrelevant. It's ignorant. And it just doesn't make any sense because not all white people are out to hurt us. Sometimes as African Americans, we put ourselves in our own situations or in the own hole that we're in right now. For example, case in point, if you have $100, okay, and you know rent is due next month, what are you going to do with that $100? Are you going to save that and put it towards your rent next month, or are you going to go out and buy some new J's? Some African American people, not all of them, but some, would rather use that $100 to go buy some Jordans or some other miscellaneous things that they want, not necessarily need. And that is not a problem of white people, okay? That's a problem of African American. That's a problem of the mindset of our race, okay? Our race is not where we need to be. Our priorities are all over the place. You're seeing girls spending $500 or $800 on these weaves. You know, guys spending $600 on some shoes, $800 on a TV, all this miscellaneous stuff. But we're not getting down to the fact of establishing ourselves, building ourselves up, and putting ourselves where we need to be. And we don't need to blame the white person. Now, I know there are some things. Gun control. That's a big issue that's being talked about now. We want to put guns in the community of blacks so they can kill each other. Once again, it's a mindset thing. It's not necessarily strict, put into our communities on purpose, but it's just so happened to be there. You know, guns are put into our community for us to protect ourselves. Now, how we use those guns is up to us. You know, there's no law, or there's no billboard that says you have to use these guns to protect your home. Now, we would like to hope that, but once again, it comes down to the individual person's usage of how he wants to use his or her own gun. And you can't blame that on the white person. Now, the reason why, okay, another thing people want to bring up. Well, why are so many African Americans on welfare? Now, if you look up statistically, it's about the same. Whites and African Americans are on the same playing field as far as the welfare is concerned, but it's advertised or it's pushed more that more blacks are on welfare. But here's the thing. Once again, that's something that is not necessarily a white issue. I think that was kind of put in place to help African Americans, but it wasn't for us to stay on the welfare service. It wasn't for us to stay. It's for something to help us out until we can get to a better place in our life and we can get off of it. You know, but a lot of people, they want to abuse the system. They want to use it, and they just want to, excuse me, my jacket, and they just want to just stay on it and just mooch off of the service. They just want to do the service. Now, the thing is when you're talking about welfare or any type of service, it's to provide or help the needed, or people who need support. People who need support. And it's helped a lot of us. It's pushed a lot of us. But that's something that we're not meant to be on for so many years. But all these different, what I'm trying to say to you guys is all these different things that we're coming up with, and we're trying to bestow on the white people. And we're trying to say the white people are trying to get us down. You know, even after we get a degree, we say that they'll hire the white guy over the black guy because they speak better. Their communicational skills are better. They know how to network better. These are cop-outs. None of this stuff is true. None of this stuff is factual. These are all opinions. I don't want to say this because it's not all black. It's not all black people. But sometimes we think that white people owe us something. They owe us something. And yeah, I know slavery happened 100 years ago. And there are a lot of things that are going on that are being put in place that are keeping our African Americans down, my race down. But it's not all white people. And if we can't get in through the front door, we got to go around back. We got to go around back. So what I'm trying to say is if we can't do it the right way and we're still not getting the praise we needed, keep going. Keep pushing for success. Stop complaining, because complaining doesn't get you anywhere. Excuses don't get you anywhere. It keeps you at the same place you are now. What does excuses do for us in our society? What does complaining do for us about our society? Do we get paid to complain? Do we get paid for excuses? No, we don't. We don't get any type of compensation for any of those. Nothing. No type of compensation for any of that, for complaining and for just bashing. We don't get paid for that. But what we do get paid for is getting an education, making a name for ourselves, moving out of situations we're in and bad areas that we're in, and just making a better life for ourselves. That's what we need to focus on. Stop focusing on black and white, although it's advertised and pushed in the media. Let's focus on something else. Let's focus on what we're doing right. Let's find the white people who aren't racist. Let's find the white people who are trying to help African American people. And stop focusing on the white people trying to bring us down and trying to push us to the side and creating this glass ceiling that we can't break. Which we know we can break. But we want to sit there and complain and sit on our butts all day and say we deserve, we're not getting anything and they owe us something. Okay? They owe us something. What if they don't want to give us nothing? Have you ever thought about that? If somebody owes you something, they don't want to give you something, what do? You got two options. You go up and you ask the guy, hey, yo, what's going on? Or you put yourself in a better situation where you don't have to ask for nothing. You can go out and get it with the experience and the credentials that you have. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to say with this video, because I'm tired of everybody talking about, oh, it's a black on white issue. Some things it is a black on white issue. But with this situation right here, with whites and blacks and blaming whites for black things, yeah, you can blame them. You can criticize them. You can make fun of them. You can separate yourself from them. But what happens then? What happens when you make those excuses? What happens if you complain? You complain your whole life, and that won't get you $1. It won't change nothing. You see that Trayvon Martin, all these people, all these black figures who have been gunned down by these white people, nothing has happened. There's been no settlement or no solution to these type of incidents. So complaining about it does okay. Maybe we can change some of the laws. But if we can't change the laws, let's change ourselves. Okay? And let's change some of our mindsets and how we view things. Let's change that. Let's change that. Because I'm going to go out on a whim and say this. I'm not going to sit here and believe that all white people are racist and all white people are out to get us. I'm not going to blame white people for the situation that I'm in. Oh, I didn't graduate on time. It's the white person. Oh, I didn't get what I wanted to get. I didn't get those Jordans on time. It was the white person. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. It was because of the white person want to hold me down. Even in last semester, when I was in college, I'm still in college, but a couple of semesters ago, I had a friend who I was in college with. He did none of the work, never came to class. He failed in his college class. And he said, man, you know, it's the white teacher, you know, she doesn't want to help me out, and she flunked me because I was black. She flunked you because you was black. Excuse me, I didn't say black, but black or African American. You think that's the reason? You never showed up to class that I was in. You never did any of the work. You never studied for the test. You failed all the tests, and that's the reason why you didn't succeed, brother. My brother. That's the reason why you didn't succeed, because you didn't take the opportunity that presented itself. Now, if you're doing everything right, everything you got to do, and sometimes we do everything right, and we still get ridiculed, and we still get made fun of, and white people still don't want to help us out. But in some instances, if you're doing everything right, I'm pretty sure you can get a job, and they're willing to help, because for every racist person out there, there's someone who's not. You know, it's a big issue, but I don't think it's as big as everybody else is making it out to be. You know, and it's just a cop out just to blame the white person. Oh, I'm not successful. I don't have a house. I don't have an apartment. Blame the white person. So I mean, those are my thoughts on this particular issue at hand. And if you have a response video, or you have different thoughts or views from my video, be sure to make one, because I want to see it. I want to hear your thoughts on this topic here that we're focusing on. Because it's good to get different views and different perspectives on certain topics, especially with this. And I just think that this issue is big, but it's kind of a cop-out also, because if nothing goes right and we have problems within our community, the quickest thing we want to blame it on is whites. Now, some things are uncontrollable factors, and I can see it. I can see it. But with some of the examples that I gave you within this video, I can't see it. The only thing I see it as is more of people just trying to look for a scapegoat or someone to blame for the issue. And what more to blame than someone of another race, or the people that enslaved us, which in some instances, yeah, that's true. You can blame them for certain instances. But with this and some of the examples I bring, I don't think you can. I really don't think you can. Some things you can and some things you can't. And this just has to stop. And we just have to focus on ourselves, our race, build ourselves, get our credentials, get everything we possibly can, work hard, network with other people, and find people who aren't racist and who aren't trying to bring our communities down. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to check you guys later in another video. Please make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll check you guys in another video. Peace. Say nothing. Stay good.